So in one of my previous video, I talked about my top 4 JSE listed companies that I'm willing to hold for the next 15 to 20 years because they are long-term investments in relation to my portfolio. So in today's video, I want to talk about my personal top 4 ETF that I'm willing to hold for the long run for the next 15 to 20 years because of how these ETF are structured. So if you're interested in knowing my personal top 4 ETFs to hold for the long run, this is a right video for you. So if you're new to my channel, please do ensure you hit the subscribe button, turn off the notification bell so you can notify with every new video that I drop on my YouTube channel. So let's get into this video. Hello future millionaires and billionaires, and welcome to the insightful and informative video right here on my YouTube channel. For those who are new to my channel, my name is Ivan Sambo, and on my YouTube channel I'm dedicated on simplifying the world of investing, saving and budgeting for the average South African so that you can be able to invest and save your money the way you like, in the most simplest way possible, because I believe in breaking down barrier to interest in relation to investment and saving, because we have so many gatekeepers in relation to finance and investment and saving in South Africa. This channel is about taking down those gatekeepers. So on today's video, I'm talking about my top 4 ETFs. It's a follow-up video to the one I did before, which I'll put right here, where I was talking about my personal top 4 individual companies listed in the JSE. Today I am talking about top 4 listed ETFs in the JSE that I like and I'm looking to invest in the long term. So as always, guys, I must put a disclaimer that I am not a financial research advisor. None of my video constitute as financial advice, but only for educational purposes. So let's get into my top 4. I'm not ranking them from the best to the worst, or it's okay, just random top 4. I don't think I need to use the word at top, but it sounds like I say top 4. And also, guys, out of these 4 ETFs that I have, one is only in my watch list. I have not purchased it yet. I have not bought it yet. I don't know why I've been procrastinating. I'm not buying it, but I've been watching it for the longest period of time. So I'm gonna start with it, and I'm start sharing it. As always, guys, I do have my notes so I don't forget anything that I have to say and I have to speak about, because sometimes I miss those important points. So I have my notes to ensure that I don't miss those important points. So the first one, which is in my watch list, I have not bought it yet. I'm looking to buying it this year. I think this year is going to be the only asset that I am acquiring in the JSE, because I remember I said in my beginning video for the beginning of the year that I'm not buying any new shares or ETF for this year. So I think this is the only one I'm going to buy this year, but I'm keeping the one I had last year. I'm keeping all the shares I bought last year and all the companies that ETF last year. I'm not selling anything. I'm not buying anything new. This is the only one I think I'm going to buy new, which is ComShare S&P Global. This ETF, guys, is invested into 24 countries. When you buy this ETF, basically, you are buying shares or you are entering markets of over 24 countries, such as Canada, United States, UK, and China. With just this one ETF, when you invest your money into this ETF, it is invested into 24 countries. And these are first world countries and dominate countries in relation to the economy in general. So this is an ETF that really is doing well for itself, has been seeing over 5.6% growth over the past year, and it's invested mostly in fields or sectors such as finance, such as healthcare, such as energy, such as industrialization. So basically this ETF is for those people who are trying to be conservative with their investments, trying not to take so much risk, or trying to stay try to stay in a conservative and comfortable environment in relation to their investments. So this is why I'm looking into this ETF. I'm looking something that can be the typical investment type of vibe. So this is why I'm looking into it. I know it may sound, why even looking to ETF that's so conservative with a little bit of growth? I'm looking to secure and diversifying my portfolio by looking to those other 24 countries. At the same time, it's like, I can't put this, satisfying my position in relation to the traditional norms in relation to investment. So this is why this ETF has been in my watch list. I have not purchased it yet. As I said before, I have not invested my money into it yet. It has been in my watch list. I think by the end of this year I will have this ETF. The second ETF which I truly own and I've been talking about the longest time. So if you've been in my channel, been following me for the longest period of time, you know when it comes to ETF investment, this one is my baby. This is the one I like. I know I get a lot of backlashes in relation to it because people don't like the company that this ETF belongs to. People don't like One Invest. I don't know for what good reason, but I love One Invest Top 40 ETF. This is an ETF that has the biggest top 40 companies in the JSE. So when you buy this basket of this ETF, because when you buy this ETF, you are buying companies such as MTN, Anglo American, Standard Bank. You are buying NASDAQ. You are buying these huge companies that directly, as Ivan Sambo, I don't own them, but I like to own them, but I don't want to own them individually because my portfolio will be too huge for me to manage. So what I did is that I bought this ETF that has the biggest 40 companies in the JSE or Standard Bank. I don't own shares in Standard Bank directly, but with this ETF, I can own shares in Standard Bank, MTN, Anglo American, the list goes on, guys, and I love it so much. It was the longest period I've had it. I've been holding it for the longest period of time, and I saw over 20% in growth in myself individually. But the ETF itself, since last year to this day, to this time I'm recording this video, it has saw over 23% in growth, and which for an ETF really is amazing. And this is why it is one of my favorite ETFs when it comes to ETFs. I love it. I love the growth that has been seeing over the past few years, and has been performing to the standard that I want an ETF to. So this One Invest Top 40 ETF is one of my favorite. I have it, and so this is one I will be holding for the longest period of time, for the reason I have mentioned. Number one, that it has companies in the JSE that I don't have individually in my portfolio, like your MTN, your Anglo American, your Standard Bank, your NASDAQ, and all the list and goes on and on. Some of those companies I don't have them, but with this ETF, I can have indirect ownership of those companies in the JSE. So that's why I have it. And I love the fact that it's a moderate ETF in my point of view. I know it's listed aggressively, but for me, for me and my age group and my risk profile, I see it as a moderate ETF. So this is my second ETF that I love, One Invest Top 40 ETF. The third one, guys, is the Signa Fourth Industrial Revolution. I'm not sure if I've spoken about this ETF before, but it's an ETF that is 100% offshore, so it's not South African based. It has over 380 companies under it, such as Tesla. Some of them I don't even know them, guys. This is an ETF that focuses on emerging industrial companies that are the future in relation to the fourth industrial revolution. It focuses on that, and the fact that for the past year alone it has saw over 50% growth is just mind-blowing. This ETF, it does the things that you want the things to be done. Basically, it produces the numbers, it gives you what you want. So for me, this is an ETF I have been following. I have bought it. I think I bought it a year 6 months back, if I'm not mistaken, or a year back, if I'm not mistaken. It is an ETF that performed to the standard that you would think a fourth industrial revolution ETF will perform. As the name suggests, guys, it's focusing on the industrialization of the fourth industrial, and also every company that is in line with that fourth industrial revolution, it invests into it. So this is an ETF that, for me personally, I'm willing to hold for the long run, but I think it's gonna show really good numbers in the next future, in the next 15, in the next 5, in the next 10, in the next 20 years. This ETF will one that will perform to that standard. The fourth and the last one is the one I love. I think I did a video about this one. I'm not sure. I need to check my videos, but I think I did a video and I mentioned this one before. Is the Centric NASDAQ 100. This one is the one that doesn't focus on financial products within the NASDAQ, financial companies in the NASDAQ. But the reason that I love it is that it is 100% offshore, and also it is a conservative, from my point of view, ETF. As I said in my previous video when I did, I think I'll put it right here if I can remember that video. I talked about how I love to be conservative and use ETF as a sort of a protection for my portfolio and my shares investments. So this is one of those investments that they always go up in nature. They always perform without taking so much risk, and ensure that even if my individual stock starts shaking up, start acting up, this ETF is one of those ETF that I can trust on it to always keep things slowly but moving. You see, when you know that someone goes, like someone is progressive, the progress is small, but you can see there's progress. This is why I love the NASDAQ 100. I think for the past year it has saw over 13% in growth, but since 2018 it saw over 140% in growth alone. So it does the things, guys. For me, it does the things, and I love it. It's slow, quiet, does not make noise, not there to make noise like other ETF are making noise up and down. No, this one is just a conservative, typical, quiet ETF. And the nice thing, guys, if you look into all the ETFs I'm mentioning, all 4 of them, and the reason I love all 4 of them, I'm not sure if you guys see the linkage in all 4 of them, is that I love to play risky, but I want to be diversified. All my 4 ETF cover diversification, if I can put it like that. They are risky, some of them, but when they are risky in a way that has a future intention, like the 4th Industrial Revolution one. It has over 380 companies. It invests in a specific sector that focus on industrialization, basically, and that's the one thing I love. People can say that's an aggressive ETF, but for me, I love the performance because it gives me a head start in relation to the 4th Industrial Revolution, and to ensure I'm focused on that side as well. And also I have the top 40 ETF, the one invest top 40 ETF, which give me access to some of the companies in the JSE, which individual I'm not willing to put money into. I'm not willing to invest my money into MTN. I'm not saying there's something wrong with MTN, but as Ivan, I'm not willing to buy MTN individually, but I'm willing to buy an ETF that has MTN, that has Standard Bank, that has Anglo American, that has NextPack, on all of those companies which are huge in the South African markets. I'm willing to put money into an ETF that has them because I want them, but I don't want to buy them individually. So that's why I love that ETF. The same reason with the first one I mentioned, the global one, give me a second here to go back to my notes. The core share one, global one. I love the fact that I am entering 24 countries. I am invested into 24 countries with this ETF. I'm in China. I am in Canada. I'm in UK. I'm in Japan. In one. So this is why I love this ETF. And the same reason with the last one, the NASDAQ 100, I love the NASDAQ 100 because it gives me stability and it allows me to see growth with still being patient and taking its time. I don't want to rush everything the same way I am rush things with my individual shares in the JSE. So those are my top 4 ETFs in relation to investment. So do show and tell me in the comment section, which ETF do you love, guys? Which ETF is your favorite ETF? Tell me in the comment section and let's have a chat about it. And let's see which ETF. Or give me your top 4 ETF. Just top 4 ETF in the comment section. As always, guys, I am Ivan, especially Sambo. Thank you so much for watching. Please do ensure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on notification so that you can get notified with every new video I drop on my YouTube channel. I am Ivan, especially Sambo, your student investor. Thank you so much, guys. Cheers.